My name is Bella McCord. I go to Ava Totah High School. I'm in 3 AP classes, but last semester it was 4. I feel that most homework that I have is not necessary. I don't think that, I think that most homework teachers just kind of give it because they feel that they need to give it, that it's just something that teachers do. Teachers give homework type of thing, but most of it's just not that helpful. I probably do about 4+ hours of homework a night if I do it like all correctly and like I'm actually taking my time to do it right. Most of the time, I don't get stuff, so questions are left blank, so I skip over it, but if I was to do it all and do it correctly, probably like 4 hours. Well, this year, before I dropped calculus, that was definitely my hardest class. And then I'd say econ and government. Very often does homework become too much to handle. I mean, like kind of the classes in general, but just getting certain homework. Like I said, calculus, it's weird because calculus homework, it's optional if you do well enough on the tests, but I never did well enough on the tests, so I'd have to do that homework, and that was really quite difficult. After school, I do drama, which is the 7th period class, so it leads right into we lead right into rehearsal. Rehearsals usually end around 4:35, depending on the rehearsal. And for example, tonight I have rehearsal from 7 to 9? So yeah, as we get closer to the musical, we have more rehearsals and more of them are at night. I don't have a job that pays me, but it feels like a job because I have 2 younger brothers that I watch quite often. And they are really crazy, and sometimes I can't do homework because they're acting out and I need to help my parents when they're trying to get their work done. Or if my sister has homework, then we have to trade off doing homework and watching our brothers, and hard to get things done. Most of my friends are drama kids who are in tons of APs like me, so basically we just don't hang out at all because all of us are so busy. We kind of only see each other during rehearsals and during class and stuff. So the homework is more of I don't get to see my friends at all because we're all doing homework or studying or whatever. I think homework is necessary. I don't think that it would do anyone any good to not have any homework because people learn differently and some people just learn better at home. And I think that for most people, if they got like an hour less of homework every night, then everyone would just have a lot better mental health, because I know that's a big issue for kids like me who are doing a lot with their lives on a daily basis. So yeah, I think literally just an hour less per night would do people a lot of good.
So my name is Ava. I am taking 5 AP classes. I mean, I think I get the concept behind it because you can't teach everything in one class period, but I don't know, I always feel like I learn a lot better when I'm with the teacher and they're explaining things to me and we're working through problems instead of kind of being left to figure things out for myself. It helps, but it's also a lot more stressful, and I think that's where I have the biggest issue, is it just starts to turn in, especially when you have a lot of classes, it starts to turn into this thing where just a little bit of homework for one class, goes over 5 times because you have 5 of those classes or something like that. So, yeah. By hours, I would probably say 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, most of it will consist of like an ongoing project or something that I don't want to procrastinate on. And then just eat, packets and homework from each individual class. So yeah, a couple hours. I'd say probably about the same amount. Not a lot of my teachers will extend. We'll put more homework just because you have more days. Usually it's the same, but weekends a lot of the times are studying for tests because I have a lot of tests on Mondays and Tuesdays. One of my harder ones was AP Euro sophomore year because it was my first AP class and I wasn't at all expecting the level of work. Then I think AP Lit this year, senior year, That's really tough because I'm not really strong in English, and where she's assigning a lot of work. I would say AP Physics then, because I am not a huge physics person, and yeah. I've gotten used to it, definitely, but it, actually just today, so for physics we have to build an instrument, and I was super stressed out about how it was going, and I was like, it wasn't working out, and then part of it broke this morning, and I couldn't handle it. I was super upset, and it's just like all this pent up stress about that. So that's probably a good example, but you know what I mean, like, even if you get used to it, it's still there, and if something just a little too bad happens, it really explodes like that. So I get about 6 to 7 hours of sleep every night. Yeah, I've been on the varsity tennis team since sophomore year, and I do drama, and I've done that since sophomore year too, so lots of after-school rehearsals. Balancing that with tennis during the fall is kind of tough. And then I'm in some clubs, but those are during lunch, so it's not really like infringing on any time. But right now, the only school day I'm working on is Monday. So that's a little rough sometimes because Monday is like, start of the week, getting all your work out. And occasionally I will work Tuesday and Friday nights to cover for people. But I wouldn't say work for me, at least, is a huge infringement because it's only like a day a week, or it's 2 days a week, but only one on the weekday. So yeah, I used to work sophomore year, I worked 2 or 3 days during the weekday, and that was harder. That's the thing, a lot of my friends are taking the same classes as I am, so not like we would hang out to do the work, but we all kind of understand that it creates a problem. But yeah, I definitely say I miss out on a lot because of it. I think that there's good things about it for sure, but again, like I said at the beginning, homework really doesn't need to be that. It doesn't need to put this much stress on people, and you can see it, and I'm guessing a lot of the people that you've interviewed, like it. I really think that maybe only like 20 to 30 minutes per class or something like that, because you should be able to cover materials in class and have homework be like a review of sorts or something. You know what I mean? High school kids have a lot of other things going on. They have jobs and friends and other arrangements that it's just, it really makes you unhappy if you're drowned out by that. So I think it should definitely be smaller.